Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Scryfall Shenanigans. So for quite a while now I've been planning to do an episode on lands that are printed at Mythic rarity. And I'd created all the little bookmarks for that ready to go, and you can see here starting point. So we've got 19 Mythic lands in Magic, and then sometime after that, but you know, quite a while before you'll see this video go out, a long-term friend of the channel had asked about me doing an episode on legendary lands, which you can see actually the first one here is both a mythic and a legendary land, which, you know, isn't unusual because of the nature of mythics, but that was a happy accident to some degree. And I hadn't automatically thought about doing legendary lands, but as a result of that comment by a long-term friend of the channel, I thought, yeah, that would be a good idea to do as an episode. And then as I started to construct again the appropriate bookmarks, I thought, well, why don't just mash the two together and do a single episode. So first off, we're going to do a little bit about mythic lands in Magic, and then we'll do a chronological look at legendary lands in Magic and focus a little bit more on the artwork for that one, because that was something that was asked. Unfortunately, because I don't have many legendary lands in paper, it would be difficult to pull off a Friday, an artwork. I keep calling them Friday artwork videos, but the sort of videos I do where I have cards in paper, I don't know if I've got enough to do a rewarding episode. So this in some ways is going to take the place of that, or at least the second half of this video, and we'll get the screen up nice and big, and have a look at legendary lands through time. So just to clarify about mythics here, so you can see our first one in terms of mythics that are lands crops up on Worldwake. Now, mythics as a rarity had been around since since Shards of Alara. So I thought, why not bring those up? So we've got 15 here from that set, none of which are lands, but I thought that would be a good pin to put in as to the point at which mythics were a thing, and that was Shards of Alara. So you can see the mix here is we've got some planeswalkers, we've got some legendary creatures as well, and then we've got a number of very splashy non-legendary creatures and artifacts in the mix. Anyway, back to what we're going to be talking about first of all, which is mythic lands. I've got to be careful. I'm being hesitant because I don't want to get mythic and legendary muddled up. So yeah, mythic lands. So you can see on a historical timeline, we've got 19 here, starting off with Eye of Ugin. Now these ones are mythic lands because of the fact that on the flip side, so these are those two-faced, but they're modal cards. You can sort of choose which one you want to go with, and you can see here we've got some from, you can see one here. Now actually, sorry, I got ahead of myself. This is a transform card, actually, the one from Rivals of Ixalan. These ones are different than maybe what we're used to seeing, in as much as, let me just change that one back, or not. Actually, that comes into a land, doesn't it, and then transforms. Yeah, so these ones here you can see quite clearly are a cycle, and if we go down and go in and drill down, then we got this thing called bolt lands, of which there are 16 in Magic. there. And then the cycle of these bulk lands. Which are sorcery on one side, and on the flip side we have our land. So some interesting rules obviously here about modal double face cards. Can't be transformed. Yeah. So basically lots of rules about how, how do you interact with this sort of double faced cards, what sort of mana cost does it have, that sort of thing. What's the colour identity obviously in Commander, that, again, all the things that you need to worry about, because it's a double face card, but also it's a modal double face card as opposed to, say, a modal transform card. So yeah, we run into these. As I said, previous to that, there were one-offs of legendary lands. Got Maze's End, we got Mirror Pool. So Maze's End from Dragon's Maze, Mirror Pool from Oath of the Gatewatch. And we have this, which is a transform card. That on one side, Sanctum of the Sun on another. Another transform card here, which transforms from a land into an artifact creature, which is another one-off. So we've got then Mount Doom, another cycle here. So you can see here. Now, what's interesting with these, if we look at them, so firstly, well, not necessarily interesting, they are monocolour gods on one side, but you can see the rules text here. There's some stuff to convert that is to do with, the circumstances under which they transform. So again, this is a transformation example here. And cycle of LCI gods. There. Lost Caverns of Ixalan, just to clarify. And then we just go back quickly, and then you can see we're finishing off here with more one-offs. So we've got this from the Big Score, Tarnation Vista, and Ugin's Labyrinth from Modern Horizons. Now, I did separate these out. It's a bit easier to see here. So you can sort of see here where the rarity is equal to Mythic, and it isn't tagged as part of a cycle as well. And you can see as well, we've got a couple more here, a few more here. So we've got Happy Holidays card. We've got this one, which is from Heroes of the Realm, and this is a Heroes of the Realm. Both of these are, sorry, this is a Secret Lair one. I say Secret Lair. It is the Secret Lair from Heroes of the Realm. And then here it's probably easier to see now that the two cycles that are mythic lands. So one which are a modal cycle, double face cards, and the other are a transform cycle of double face cards. And I'm trying to remember whether I do actually have copies of either of these. Out of all the ones here, and it might just be because of the the time when I was big into Magic, these are the two that I remember the best. So Eye of Ugin, Maze's End. And this is interesting because this had this interesting alternate win condition. So you were, the idea is you accumulate gates, but you had to get 10 or more gates with different names, and then if you did, you win the game. So yeah, there's a Dragon's Maze deck. So interesting to see how this manifests itself in an EDH, because you could build a Dragon's Maze EDH deck. I mean, I suppose if situationally you ended up playing all the gates, you could just stick this in anyway. In a slot in the 99. And if we look at the one that's top of the list, this is in a lot of Nine Fingers deck. Interesting. Oh, that's how it's able to pull that off. So yeah, since the set came out, because you're thinking, well, how in a 3-colour deck can you get access to all of the original gates? Well, you don't necessarily have to worry about that, because there are other cards with the term gate on them, which you can use in the deck to replace those gates which you wouldn't want to include, or you couldn't include because they're not on colour for this commander. So if you remember, the original gates are 2-coloured, so we can use black, blue, green, black, blue, green, blue, blue, green. But we got to find 10. Got to find 10 in total. So we look at the lands here. So we've got utility lands. And we're going to see down the bottom here. Yeah, easier to see now. So you can see how that's achieved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There, so. And of course the Planeswalker, the legendary itself, you can see cares about gate cards. It says then if you control 9 or more gates, put the rest into your hand, otherwise put them in a random order. Yeah, so a bit of double synergy there. Okay, so back to the cycle, but actually before I do that, let me just go back here for these single ones, see if there's anything else interesting I really want to flag up. Trouble is I'm chomping at the bit to get to the legendary lands, just because I love going through like year on year, and once I have added that into the mix, so thanks for the comment. It's somewhat sent me off on a massive quest. So this looks pretty interesting. Mirror Pool. As I said, I'm not super familiar with it, probably much past this, I suppose. Interesting copying spell. Is that going to end up in sort of blue-red decks, maybe? Oh, wow. Okay. Top Commander. All right. Yeah, I was just thinking of some sort of blue-red spells or non-creature spells. Monstrosity. It's a dual sorcery. It does toe well, yeah, because it does tokens, doesn't it? So yeah, got it. Right. Yeah, so in Commander, yeah, you want to play around with that, don't you? Definitely. I forgot about this card. This card has no colour. Interesting. Okay. What else? Hugin's Labyrinth from Modern Horizons. There's nice artwork on here. They did do all art, didn't they? Yeah, some interesting exile shenanigans. Oh yeah, you can see here again. Okay, yeah, that's in the old Eldrazi stuff. Right. That makes a lot of sense. So just moving on now before we get into the main event, I suppose, or what is now turned into the main event. I'm going to give this a try going forward, using the checklist. So just to, I think it gives us a better overview, which is what I'm trying to achieve in terms of the prices. So you can see it's a lot easier down here now. So we can see when it gets below the sort of the magic $10, can't you? So we start off with Eye of Ugin being the most expensive. I should find out if I have one of those. I didn't open a ton of. I don't think I opened a ton of this set, but yeah, World Wake, but enough that I certainly had a good chance of pulling a mythic. I should check. Oh yeah, these are bubbled up price wise, sort of more recent stuff, I suppose, in the grand scheme of things. Where's our friend Mirrorpool? Oh, 181. What about Maze's End? 363. So there you go. If you've got a deck that's already got all the gates in it, then yeah, it's not going to cost you much to stick in an alt-win condition there. And then the EDHRec rankings. So these have, looks like they're bubbling up to the surface there. Oh, Mount Doom's up there. What do we got that in? Okay. Oh yeah. Sauron deck. Which is what? Zombies. Okay. Yeah, blue, black, red. Zombies. Right. Okay, here we go. So 87 cards which have both a type of land, a type of legendary, and they are the first printing, as you know. I was sort of like to do it that way. If we're interested in how it sort of breaks down, so if we then say which ones aren't part of a cycle, we get 50. If we say which ones are part of a cycle, then we get 43. So with this, now I'm going to go through year by year, but I just wanted to show you the rough breakdown there. So 50 versus 43. And just by eyeballing this, you can see where we start off with Legendary Lands. No surprise, it was in Legends where you saw Legends. A lot of them. So that's why we don't see anything in 93. Okay, so let's see. But 94, we get 6 cards from 94, all from Legends. And you can see what we've got here, which is interesting. We've got the cycle of colours, so all of these generate without any, comes into play tapped business, so they can generate mana straight away. We'll get to the prices of these at the end, because I suspect some of these are quite high, but we'll see. So yeah, we got the 5 colours of magic, and also this, one on its own, which is a tabernacle. So if we were to go in here quickly, just to clarify on this one, yeah, you've got your cycle of legendary lands, and then this one is, don't think it's a retrospective cycle, no, but it is a manaless land, so that one doesn't generate mana. So let's do what I said I was going to do. So let's get this up as large as we dare before everything just goes completely off the screen. I think that's probably, yeah, it's a little bit too gritty, isn't it, really? We want to probably see the rules on here. But yeah, what lovely artwork. So what, we've got 1, 2, 3 by the same artist. One of which is the it isn't part of the cycle. Interesting, I don't know if anybody has ever noticed this in Magic, and there's a whole history around why this is the case, but you tend to notice early on in Magic a lot more what would you call it, literature quotes in the area of the rules text, like the flavour text. But yeah, very nice indeed. So let's move on to 95. We're going to get lots of gaps here where there aren't any legendary lands, but I did expect that, but I just wanted to do this year by year. So 96, we have Tarifi's Isle. Very nice, from Mirage. Now with this, it's a bit difficult to see at this point because rarity colours on symbols wasn't a thing yet, but this is a rare if you wonder. Not super expensive. It's $4.23. It's got phasing, comes into play tapped. So when it is in play and it's not phased out, you can tap it to add 2 blue to your mana pool. I've got one deck I've taken a look at. It wasn't one I built. I'm trying to remember which deck in particular. Maybe I'll have to dig out the deck list. But for a phasing deck that features this card, I think it's got the that big blue phasing creature whose name escapes me as the commander. I think their name begins with a T, doesn't it? Something like that. Yeah, so we move on to 97 and nothing. Okay. 98. Okay, so this is interesting. So we've got one from Stronghold here, nothing else with that, so no other legendary lands, but we have this cycle you can see here. White, blue, black, it's up here, red and green. And I know we're not here necessarily to do it, but just to clarify, if we go into the Scryfall tagger, there you go. But again, yeah, lovely artwork on here. Isn't this one pretty pricey? I see banned in all sorts of formats, including Commander. But yeah, I love this one. Sarah's Sanctum. How much is this? Ooh, ouch. Yep. Yeah. But yeah, you can see that little sort of fairy sprite here. I'm getting Star Wars vibes off of this. I'm trying to think of the planet where, is it Darth Vader's fortresses? It's Shivan Gorge. This always, to me, I don't know if anybody else, I always thought that this here was like a spider climbing up the side for quite a long time. But it's just, I suppose, what the design of the window. But I sort of thought, yeah, this is sort of back, almost like shell-like back to a spider. But then you've got, there you can see these aren't really the front there. It looks more like claws, but this is probably just like a vine type thing growing, something organic. But yeah, for quite a long time, before I sort of really looked at the card directly, I thought it was a spider climbing up the side of the tower. Maybe it was supposed to be. Didn't quite turn out that way. Who knows? Oh, Yevamiah's Hollow from Urza's Destiny. Oh, some hungry hippos. $68. So yeah, we're talking pretty expensive here. But I do like this sort of like, what would you call it? Almost like sort of watercolour finish to this. Cool. Okay, moving into the 2000s. So only like, well, when this video going out, nearly 25 years, 25 years old. We got 3 cards. A couple from Nemesis and 1 from Evasion. Again, this lovely, yeah, there's quality to these. There's just something about it. Oh, look at all of this. This is really cool. There you go, just so we can see the rules text on there. Yeah, I mean these, what, similar templating, I suppose. Well, slightly higher cost there. That one you sack a creature, that one you sack a land. But I don't know if any of these either were part of like a wider cycle. Don't think so. Nothing in 2001. Nothing in 2002. So I wonder if we're going to see... Yeah, so we get a number of years where we get no legendary creatures until, not surprisingly, we get to Champions of Kamigawa. And you can see we've got a very nice set here. Also, Unhinged comes out that year, and we get R&D's Secret Lair as well as a legendary land. So within these cards from Champions of Kamigawa, you can see there is like a colour cycle here. So there's a black one, a red one, a green one, a blue one, and a white one. Nicely, they all come into play, and you can tap them for mana immediately. And then they have all these legendary creature-based abilities on them that care about legendary creatures. But additionally, we've got cards like this, which you can see have these interesting abilities on them. They do come into play tapped. What about... yeah, this does as well. And you can see they all require the payment of life to activate this down here. But again, just lovely artwork. Look at this. Oh. Is that a fox? Yeah. That's pretty cool. How much is that? Ooh. Not cheap. I wonder if these are very expensive. No. Okay, so 2004, 2005. So we then get one from Betrayers of Kamigawa, and then this 4 from Saviors. Yeah. So we have what? Black one, a blue one. This is colourless mana. This is colourless mana. Didn't this end up in a few Commander products, or am I getting confused? Yeah, well, I say few, just 2021. Okay. Yeah, I thought that had come up in one. Yeah, so some of these are a little bit more expensive than others. But yeah, again, look at this. This is nice. Look. This rays coming in from the side here. Sack a creature. Interesting sack outlet with life gain. This one could bounce itself. Let me just go down here. Oh, that was in... wow! Crazy price there on that one. Okay. What was I trying to do here? Yeah, bounce self. So I had a feeling it would be tagged up like that. It's pretty cool. Oh, this one, yeah, is the one that cares about. So it deals 1 damage if you don't control an ogre, and then you can sack all lands. So 2 and 2 black, sacrifice all lands you control. Put a legendary 5/5 black demon spirit creature token with flying named Arami into play. That's funny. Oh, here we go. So some classics here. We've got Dark Depth from Cold Snap with the Marit Lage token. And you can see it lurking below the water, below the surface, should I say. And then from what this would be, Time Spiral, Academy Ruins, Flagstones of Trocare, which I think has cropped up in... Is that cropped up in Commanders? No. So why do I remember this? Yeah, I'm not sure why I know that card so well. Oh, Gemstone Caverns and then Kerr Keep. So this one, wasn't that in Commander 2013. Yeah. Is that in a... Is it Prosh? Like a Prosh deck, I think. I think I've got that right. Wow. Expensive. But yeah, again, this is cool. There was a nice mix of artworks for Time Spell. You know, this looks quite old school in some respects. Right, 2007. Oh, yeah, Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. Each land is a swamp in addition to its other land types. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I wonder if there's a decent resolution version of this. This would be a cool desktop. I'll have to look. Yeah, it was in 2015, wasn't it? And it was from, do I have it? Yeah, I always get confused what From the Vaults I bought. Did I have the Realms one? I need to dig out the From the Vaults I did and do a... Because didn't they contain... Was it 12 or 15 cards in those? Trying to remember. 15. Yeah, I think I have this. Yeah, I need to dig out what... Yeah, actually that would fit in really nice with a 15 cards episode, so I need to put that on my spreadsheet of things to record, actually. I've got some other stuff I've already got set to record, but yeah, I should dig those out. I'll put a note in my addendum to my recording spreadsheet. Oh yeah. Oh, 2008, nothing. 2009, nothing. 2010. Oh, I have Ugin, of course, yes. Which we've seen before. Because it was in our legendary part. Sorry, our mythic part, should I say. Yeah, mythic part. Very nice. And as we saw, yeah, it's been in Modern Masters. It was an expedition. I don't think I remember opening much Modern Masters. Banned in Modern. Oh dear, here we go again. This is always makes me chuckle, doesn't it? So it's in Modern Masters, but yeah, surprise, surprise, it's now banned in Modern. Okay, 2011, nothing. 2012, nothing. 13. Oh yeah, this Nixos Shine to Nyx. Another really cool card. That's pretty cool, isn't it? With the sort of constellations of the stars there. I bet that's expensive now, isn't it? Oh, it's $35. Well, at least it's not banned in anything anyway. Yeah, choose a colour. Add to your mana pool an amount of mana of that colour equal to your devotion to that colour. It's obviously great in monocolour decks. Hang on, I just lost my thread there. Let's go back here. Ugin, 2011, 2012, 2013. That's it. 2014. I was right. Paliano, not Paninaro, but Paliano, the High City. Oh, that was in Conspiracy. Right. Wow. And one mana to your mana pool of any colour chosen as you drafted cards. Oh, it's one of these ones. Yeah. Nice artwork again. Oh, 2015, 16, here we go. So 3 cards that year. We've got this one, which is a transform card. I remember this. Geiger Reach Sanitarium from Eldritch Moon. So we've got Shadows of Innistrad, Eldritch Moon, and then Kaladesh. So I think this was the year when we had no core set, didn't we? So yeah, one of the years where we got no core set. Well, we were in the, what was it, the 2 set block period. Like this. Very cool. Notice, you know, I haven't really highlighted, but there's been a few here with watermarks as well. So it's got the sort of magic symbol watermark on it. Ooh. 2017 5 cards. This looks like it, yeah, is indeed a cycle. So we've got legendary enchantments which go into legendary lands, and you can see these are actually transform ones. And when they're in there, you can see they're all monocolour. What do they start from? So yeah, they're all colour. The original colour's the same as well. So yeah, monocolour. Yeah, quite different set of abilities on the enchantment as well. As is on the flip side in terms of the this sort of second thing going on here. So this is the only one where the second one is more mana, I suppose. The other ones do something. What have we got here? So yeah, legendary transform. I mean, yes, that's nice again. Yeah, nice artwork on the flip side, and quite different styling as well. It's almost like we're in this period where it did start to feel like, you know, we're being softened up for the appearance of alternate artwork in Magic cards. I mean, it's not the first time we've seen slightly alternate frames, but if you sort of look at this retrospectively, you can sort of see the patterns, I suppose. Now, whether or not that was intentional, I don't know. I like this one here. This is nice. And they look pretty cool. Okay. Moving on, 2018. So got some other transform cards. Another cycle, this time from Rivals of Ixalan. And there's also there's this legendary artifact as well. Again, you know, look at the templating on here. So we've got, these are legendary enchantments that again go into legendary lands. This is X mana, based on life total. But again, you know, quite different templating. So they all add 1 mana of any colour to your mana pool, and then the, you know, the particular colour reference comes in on the second part. So this is green blue, this is black green, red white, white black, this is mono blue, and on the other side we've got the same colour combinations. That was red white, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, white black. So that is blue red, but yeah, we got just blue on here. Again with this, you know, quite different framing on here. And yeah, obviously all legendary lands. Hall of Heliod's Generosity, which was in Modern Horizons. Check that it's not actually banned. No, it isn't. It's been in a Commander product. It's time shifted. Modern Horizons. So 1 and a white, put target enchantment card from your graveyard on top of your library. Nice. Okay, here we go. 2020. Fadeable Path of 0 Point. Quite old school artwork on here. Comes out in a Heroes of the Realm product. Don't know much about that product actually. Oh. Okay. Oops. 2020, 21. Okay, Yamamaya Cradle of Growth and Hawkins National Laboratory. So it's a secret layer drop, and this one is Modern Horizons 2. Each land is a forest in addition to its other land types. Transform. Oh, okay, yeah. So I think we know what this is themed from. Nice, this is. Then we have the upside down. Okay, moving on. Oh yeah, of course this would be Neon Dynasty, wouldn't it? So, one for each colour, and then we've got Baldur's Battle for Baldur's Gate, Commander Legends, which is a gate. Okay. These all have, do these all have channel on them? Yeah, they do, don't they? So, yeah, discard them. Okay. Yeah, I suppose a bit of a... Fortunately, I haven't got the lands to bring up again, but from the sort of the original lands from Kamigawa. Almost like it's like echoes of those lands in terms of the artwork, I suppose. Some of them. 23. Oh wow. So yeah, we've got the Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle-earth ones. So Barad-dûr, the Grey Havens, Minas Tirith, Mines of Moria, Mount Doom, Rivendell, the Shire, the Black Gate, Gallifrey Council Chamber from, this is B from what? Doctor Who. So quite a number here, including the alt art, which come up separately. Then we've got some Lost Caverns of Ixalan stuff. Wow, that's a lot in 1 year. Okay, look at that. There's a ton there. So what do we have here? This is quite overwhelming. Do we have... I'm just trying to see here. So, white, red, blue, green, black. Looks like... Let's just see if it's been tagged up accordingly. Okay, Commander. Is that a... It doesn't say it's a cycle. There's one in each colour. But although it looks like some of those may have been just in the Commander product probably. So yeah, that might be why. So what's in there? Barad-dûr, Minas... Oh, I see, yeah, so Barad-dûr. So yeah, I get it. Barad-dûr, Minas Tirith, Mines of Moria, Rivendell, the Shire. So the cycle's that. But then we've got some other stuff here. So the Black Gate isn't part of the cycle, but then that there, so that was in the Commander product. Okay, now I see. Yeah. So okay, that makes more sense. All right. And Mount Doom was black red. Yeah, I won't have any of these in paper because I didn't open any products. So. It's pretty cool though. What have we got here? Another Commander one, but it's all artwork, isn't it? No? Oh, maybe not. Am I getting muddled up? Oh no, sorry, my mistake. It's not. It was printed in that form. Okay, so then we have these cycle. Wow. These are all transform cards. And these most definitely, yeah, look, yeah, the God ones, okay, which we saw previously, because these look like they must be, it's difficult to tell with the colour sometimes, but these are mythic rares, yeah, so those are mythics. We also have some just usual rares here, don't we? These just, you know, regular rares. Which aren't part of a cycle. And what we will do is flip these so you can actually see the actual land artwork. Again, yeah, we've got this sort of certain style here. Very nice. Oh, okay, that's a legendary because it's. I didn't spot that actually. Some of these, they're legendary because of the god. Yeah, not because of the land. So. Yeah, I hadn't thought that through actually. So yeah. I don't know if there were any else like that where I made that mistake. Okay. So they are, yeah, they're legendary because of the god, not because of the land. Okay. Oh, Jurassic Park. There we go. It's pretty cool artwork. Yeah. Okay. Sorry for the confusion there. Okay, 2024. What do we got? Slightly less. Assassin's Creed and Bloomburrow. Yeah, again, a nice artwork. What are we going to see for 2025, if anything? Nothing. And, of course, I doubt anything with 2026. Well, that was really cool. So yeah, thanks for the suggestion, long-term friend of the channel. That was good, and a nice one to sort of push together as well with looking at mythics. I think that worked quite well. So just to finish, wow. So here we go. So this is your price list. So yeah, land and include the type legendary. Yeah, Tabernacle, Gaia's Cradle, Sarah's Sanctum, Tolarian Academy. Wow. The list goes on. The end is listless. You can see a number from around the time of as I said, and then we get Eye of Ugin. Yeah, wow. So we're getting what, below $10, around about here, and then below $5 in this sort of area. There's Mount Doom just above, and then EDHRec ranking about colours that comes out on top. And you have Maya, Cradle of Growth. Yeah, this is obviously fairly high up. And if we look at Urborg, it's going to probably look pretty big on the screen. Oh no, it's not too bad actually. Good. So yeah, 10%. Oh, good old Merrin. And I was curious about this one because I wondered whether it was going to turn up in, like whether a monocolour deck would be, oops, not that one, would be top of the list or not. Yeah, Guardian, yeah, so you can see that. Excellent. Oh look, da da da. Braids. There was a comment the other day about that. Braid seems to crop up a lot. Okay, so there we go. Oh, that was fun. That's really brought a smile to my face. So thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I will catch you in a future video.